Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I am back again with Radical Reggie. What's up, dude? Oh!
So, we're back with a new pickups video for you guys. It's been too long, man. It feels like it's been maybe...
It's crazy, dude, because it didn't feel like it, you know, life's been happening and stuff like that, but it's been since like September or October.
Wow, dude.
I know. So we have a bunch of really cool stuff to show you guys. This is going to be an amazing pickups video. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get started.
Let's do it. Alright, buddy, who goes first?
You go first, man.
Me?
I want to see what you got, man. What do you got over here?
Well, a little hint here with the shirt. Picked this deliberately because Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 4.
Yes, yes.
You streamed this.
I did, and this was a game I was really waiting for a long time. Ever since they announced
so many people were, man.
And it delivered. I'm not gonna lie, I had a great time with it. Did you beat it?
No, and you know why? Because I'm such a weenie. Well, here's my excuse: is that I did not play the original. I played. The original Resident Evil 2.
Right.
I played and beat the original game.
Right.
Resident Evil 1.
Right.
But the second one, for some reason, I guess it didn't have it on PC, and so at the time I didn't play this. So for me, I'm so lost. I don't know where to go. Like, you know, people who played it before kind of have some sort of idea. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but this one's a lot easier because it'll show you areas you haven't looked at on the map, which is really helpful. Eventually, the original Resident Evil 2, I think, became available on PC, but not at the time when the first one.
Okay, I didn't have it for some reason, but but this is beautiful. It is scary as hell. I don't know what I'm doing. You know how you get like the sweats whenever you're playing a game, like, oh my god, because it's a true survival game, and it's awesome.
It's great too because it's like in the game, actually the whole section loads in the beginning of the game. So characters our enemies are actually walking around either whether they're sleeping or whatever, like zombies sleeping until you get near them, or they're actively walking around just like hearing your sounds and everything, looking for you in other rooms. It's pretty creepy. So it's really seamless because it loads in the beginning. And it really feels like the enemies are out there like lurking and trying to come after you. So you're not safe from like in the original Resident Evil 2 where you could like go into another room and you're loaded into a new safe space. No, the enemies will open doors. Doors coming after you. It's insane. And they made the lickers in this game like pretty insane. Like their enemy in the original game that wasn't that bad, but this one, if you run into those enemies, you'd be very quiet or be ready to take them out. So
I got to say, this is exactly how you make a remake. It's not even a remaster. It's a remake. Yeah, it's stunning. And so I know a lot of people are saying that they should bring out the third one next. Again, another game which I didn't play. Did you play the Nemesis?
Oh yeah, Nemesis is my favorite Resident Evil game.
It's
just action oriented. You feel the sense of escape, like you're going to get out of the city. Those of you that are played Resident Evil 3, you know what I'm talking about. Resident Evil 3 is definitely on the books to be remade. I'm pretty sure they had it in conjunction with this one because the game kind of takes place in the same area, just a little bit on the outside. So it's definitely on the books. Hopefully for this generation consoles. But,
what an amazing game. So looking forward to going back into this one. But I did watch some of your stream though. That was really fun. Yeah,
dude. I was tripped out. But hey, if you get stuck, don't be afraid to put it on easy, man. You know, it's all good.
I know all about the easy mode.
All right. So I'm gonna start off here with a little novelty I got here. So this is a Game Boy in box. Now I got this back in Christmas in 1990. My mom bought this for me, but of course I lost it over the years. And my friend X, he found the box for this thing, and it was all nice and neat, all the inserts in here.
Dude, this box looks great.
Yeah, it's amazing. He found that. And he hooked me up with it, and then I just bought the Game Boy, put it in there, and just kind of made it complete and everything. Make it feel like, you know, like from back in the day. It's just more of a novelty. I'm not going to pick it up and play it anymore because if you guys have seen the Game Boy screen, it's green. So how did we even get into that? But
we didn't know any better. We were amazed back then.
I know, right? So it's just really cool to look back at that kind of stuff, you know, and you know, just good memories. So
there's some things that you want that complete version of. And the reason why I mention this is that I talk an awful lot about Excitebike. So I loved Excitebike back in the day. But I don't have a complete copy. But I've been recently looking just to buy one.
Really?
For no other reason, just to have it. You know what I mean? Just because it's like one of your favorite games or one of your favorite systems.
Exactly.
You just kind of want to have it like it's preserved, you know? That's so funny, dude. And look at that. I love that. Isn't that amazing? That neon blue style that they did right there.
It would have been awesome if it actually looked like that.
Wouldn't it? I know. Next up for me is a game I've been looking for an awful long time. Not that it's hard to find, but it can be a challenge to get complete, and that is you're going to sneeze there.
No, I'm good now.
Okay. I was expecting you to fart.
Oh man, then we would have to exit the room.
I know. So, Need for Speed Most Wanted U. Why would I want this?
Why?
Well, the look on your face. It's because it's the best version of this game on console.
You serious?
So, it is. Surprisingly so. So a lot of people don't realize that the Wii U version of Need for Speed Most Wanted is amazing for two reasons. One, it uses the pad in a really smart way because the map is always down there, so it's always really easy to kind of look and kind of see where you're going, where you need to go. Also, too, I'm trying to remember that actually you can give. I'm trying to remember now. I think you can actually give the map to somebody else, and you can disable or enable parts of the game on the fly.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while since I played this. But anyways, however, the real reason why I won this is because at the time, this was the best looking version of the game. They actually took the PC textures and they put them on the Wii U version. So it's a subtle difference. You may not notice it when you're watching the YouTube video, but if you watch it on your actual console on your TV, this game looks beautiful. Because I guess the Wii U had a little bit more RAM than the other consoles at the time.
Wow, dude, that's good.
So they took advantage of it.
Okay.
And I'm a big racing game fan, so I wanted to get this before it was going to be impossible to find, and I found a copy.
There you go. Where'd you find it at?
Well, I've had to search on GameStop forever.
Oh, okay.
And I would often run into, so I'd see it pop up, and I'd run over there, and it wouldn't be with the case.
You'd be missing something, yeah.
Be missing something, which is again not an expensive game, but I wanted to. If you are a Wii U collector and you like racing games, you have to pick this up while you can.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Next up for me is something unique, and this is a funny story behind this. So this is Cave Story. Okay. And this was gifted to me by my buddy Jared.
This is a new game, though, put on Genesis. Well, Cave Story is new, isn't it?
Old game put on Genesis.
Is it old?
It came out on PC years ago. And
okay.
I don't know what version was put on here, but this is awesome to have this game on the Genesis. Now, from what I know, it's the complete game, but it doesn't have all the endings to it, which is totally fine. But my buddy Jared was going to surprise me with it, me and my buddy Marcus. And Marcus didn't go to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo this year, so Jared was going to give his copy to give to me, and then he ran into John Hancock, and John saw it and said, "Oh man, I would love that."
Okay.
So instead of giving me the game to get the mic, he gave it to John.
Really?
Yeah, which is hilarious. And I was supposed to get and I tease Marcus about it all the time because he's a big Genesis enthusiast, just like Hancock is. And it was just pretty hilarious. So, but Jared's still going to make him one. I just thought we'd tease Marcus about it a little bit more, man.
So this is a. This is technically a home brew?
I guess so.
Or repro? Because it never really came out.
No, it never came out officially, so I guess you could use those terms for it. But it's pretty cool though to have Cave Story in the Genesis.
I know, I'm trying to remember the version of Cave Story that I played. It was on, was it
PC?
Vita or Vita, something like that?
3DS?
Yeah.
Maybe 3DS.
Oh, maybe it's 3DS.
Yeah, probably 3DS.
That's why I thought it was a new game, but you're saying that, this is clearly, obviously, like, created to fit on the Genesis. And
And it does a pretty good job, I think. This is the first version of Cave Story I ever played, so all the other ones will probably be, like, great, so,
It did a great job on that. It's beautiful. What's up for me next here? I'm going to pick this here, something a little bit different. Oops. I bought this game on eBay because I've been wanting it for a long time. So this is a Sorcerian, I think is how you pronounce this. Basically, this is just an old PC game that I wanted. The reason why it's kind of nostalgic for me is because it was published by H.E.R.O. It's actually a Japanese action RPG.
Really?
Yeah, so it was originally released in Japan, and then they ported it over to home computers over here in the US, and H.E.R.O. published it. And it's a 2D action RPG. It's just one of those weird kind of H.E.R.O. published games from the mid 80s.
Falcon.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the lettering for the name.
I know.
It just kind of pops
up.
Look
at that. I know. That painting right there. It's beautiful.
Very cool. Very cool.
So again, just kind of an obscure Japanese RPG that we got over here that kind of people forgot about. So kind of cool to have in my PC collection. I was happy to get this.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of PC.
What?
Yeah, I picked up a PC game. This is So Blonde. Now, back in like mid 2000s, late 2000s, I was really into PC gaming, like games like The Longest Journey or whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And I ran into So Blonde, and I was playing that, and it's not a game I would usually play. I wouldn't think by looking at the cover, but the game is so interesting and funny. And it's a great point and click game. I beat it back in the day, and then I totally forgot what it was called. And then I ran into it had like a prequel sequel, and then it said it was related to the game. Then I remembered it, so I bought it.
That is a weird name for a game.
Well, her last name is Blonde. Okay. Her name is Sunny Blonde, and she's a girl. She's on the ship with her parents on a cruise. She gets knocked off the ship, wakes up on this desert island, and things aren't what they seem. And what's really charming about this game, you see her growth in the game from being like this ditzy teenager into later events in the game. So, very interesting game. If you see So Blonde, pick it up. They have a version available for the Wii as an import, but I've been having a hard time trying to find that copy. But definitely, it's available for consoles somewhat. So
never heard of this. This is cool.
Yeah, point and click games are still where it's at for me. I still like those games.
I do too.
They're very fun.
I'm not very good at them, but I like them. All right, a game that I picked up a while ago. Since it's been a while since we've done one of these videos.
Okay.
Astro Bot Rescue Mission. This is for the PlayStation VR.
Wow, people have been telling me about this game.
This game will sell you on PlayStation VR. It will. Yes. It will. You haven't played this yet?
I have not.
Okay, so later on, after we film this tonight, you'll have to try this game.
Okay.
Because a lot of people say that this is the Super Mario 64 for the PlayStation VR. You know, a system seller. And the reason why they say that, too, is because it's a 3D platforming game set in VR. And what's cool about it is that it's not really a gimmick. In other words, you know how some VR games you're like, oh, this is a good game, but it could just as easily be without VR.
Right.
No, this is designed from the ground up to be in VR, and it's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, really fun game, extremely well made. Another thing that's really great about it too, again, I've talked about this before, but VR can make some people nauseous or sick.
Right.
This is not going to do that. So again, I think pretty much anybody.
Kind of affected it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, so anybody can play it. Just really, really well made. It's one of those games too where every level is very distinctive. And so you're always interested in getting to the next level, beating that boss. The bosses are creative. It's just I can't speak highly enough of this. If you own a PlayStation VR, or if you're interested, you have to check this game out. It's excellent.
Studio. Wow, that's a good company who made this game.
Yeah.
I think these guys are the creators of one of my favorite games, Legend of Dragoon, for the PS1. So
okay.
And like games like Lost in Rain. Hopefully I'm right about that, but
yeah, so again, check it out.
All right. Next game here. Mix it up a little bit. Got a Switch title. This is Remi Lore. I actually picked this game up recently.
Oh, you think? Okay.
And this game actually reminded me of a Saturn game called Princess Claire, which is the American name, I believe, for it. It's like an isometric beat 'em up game, but it's really a lot of fun. It's really like an arcadey type game. And what's really cool about this game is that the characters are constantly talking with each other. It feels like a live world you're into, and it's just hack and slash, just leveling up, trying to like get to certain points, fight bosses. It's just a true arcadey type game, and that's what I like. Now the game is not that long from what I hear, and this may be like 4 or 5 hours, but that's totally fine with me, you know. And the first edition copies actually come with so far a manual and a cleaning cloth to wipe your Switch screen off with. But I actually wanted to get it on the PlayStation 4 system because I figured it would have online, but some reason that version got canceled, or maybe for now, I don't know. But Switch copies is totally fine. I can play it while I'm here, show you guys what it's about.
Yep.
A very fun game.
Okay, awesome. Next up for me, I do have a bunch of Switch games, and so the first one I'm going to talk about is Gear.Club Unlimited 2.
Okay.
So I talked about the original before, and this is obviously the sequel, and it's just more of the same. It's kind of like Forza Horizon, but for Switch.
Okay.
And I know that's a tall order, so I'm not going to claim that this is by all means as good as that game. Right. I'm just saying that as far as like kind of real cars, real locations, somewhat kind of realistic physics, but still arcadey. I like these games a lot. They're not perfect by any means. They have long load times, which is kind of annoying. They're somewhat bland in that they don't have a lot of personality to them. However, the arcade racing is solid. They're really fun.
So kind of makes up for those
It does.
issues. Okay.
It does. And the thing is for me is that I don't always need a lot of story. I know the Need for Speed games are known for that, and sometimes that can be kind of annoying. Sometimes you just want to hop on a plane and do some racing, and that's what this game is all about.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, not an amazing game, but solid if you like I said, Forza Horizon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that. Now I guess we could. Oops. Sorry. Switch it up.
Yeah,
just kidding. We're not gonna switch it up. Another Switch title here. This is RX Origin.
Yeah.
I hope I said that right. This is a shoot 'em up game. Came from Play Asia. This is an import, but it's in English. And I like shoot 'em ups. I just love shoot 'em ups. And I think this one's a solid one, but it's not as great as some people thought it might have been. Still a good game. It just seems like a lot of the textures are kind of bland in a way. And
for me, the backgrounds were just a little bit on the boring side.
Right.
The gameplay itself actually is very solid. It's a solid Japanese style shooter.
And the levels aren't that long too, which they're kind of short and sweet, which kind of keeps the pacing good.
It's true, actually. They end quicker than you expect. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think what really sold me on the game was the intro to the game with the singing and everything. Kind of got me pumped up. So I think that's what really pulled me in. But definitely a solid shooter on the Switch. So what else can I say about this game? Because I haven't got that far in it. You can pick through 3 characters, I believe.
If I remember, it has branching paths as well.
It has branching paths. Yeah. Each character is unique with their own moves. Lots of talking and dialogue going on, so there's a lot of story here if you want to pay attention to that. And the intro should pull you guys in, because I'm thinking about the intro right now when I'm talking about it. I want to hear it, but
I don't remember. I might have skipped it.
You might have But exclusively, as far as I know, available on the Switch. So there's your Switch title.
Cool. Well, I'm going to go to another Switch title because I've been buying a lot of Switch games, and this is one I picked up at Kelsey's Pink Gorilla store. She had a copy of Flint Hook. This is a limited run game. And this was a game where it was a blind buy. I was just like, here's a Switch game I don't know, and looks kind of cool, looks sort of old school, and I liked it way more than I expected to.
Really?
Yes. Have you played it yet?
I played it briefly. I have it on the PlayStation 4, and I played it like once or twice. So tell me what your experience.
Well, and I haven't finished it yet because I just picked it up a couple weeks ago.
Right.
But basically, it's a 2D. Retro-styled 16-bit platforming game, but it has this hook mechanic in there, and it's just a really solid, fun hook mechanic. Because sometimes those kind of mechanics feel tacked on, or you're not feeling it. No, this is really well designed.
Does it feel like on the level of Bionic Commando type clip and everything, like really solid?
If I remember right.
Okay.
Been a while since I played that game. but this is a game where I instantly was like, I went from I don't know to like, wow, I'm having a great time.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, I'm going to go back and play a little bit more. But I just picked up like about a week ago. So,
nice, man.
I mean, from what I've seen, love to know down in the comments if you guys are digging this or not. So let us know. And I need to take that bone away from my dog because she's chewing.
She's tearing it up.
I know. I'm sorry. Dude, that was slimy. I know, it's so unfair. Do you want to come up here?
Now, we're going to switch it up with a Vita game. This is Stay for the Vita. This is a survival horror game. Well, I know I like to say survival horror. I feel it's a survival horror game. So basically, I forgot the character's name, but he actually goes to sleep. And when he wakes up, someone's standing over him, and he gets kidnapped. He gets locked in this basement, and all is in there is it's a danky basement with a computer. And actually, you're talking to him on the computer. And what you do in the game, you're kind of, I don't know what the whole premise is really on your side, but you're talking to him trying to keep him sane. But here's the gimmick with this game is the game does not stop when you're playing it. When you turn off the Vita, time still goes for him in the game. So
interesting.
It's pretty crazy. I stopped playing the game for like I think 2 months. And I was talking to one of my friends online about the game and everything. And I said, I'm going to turn it on and see what's going on with him. And he was dead. And he was a skeleton. It tripped me out. I was like, man, I feel like I let him down and everything.
Oh, wow.
You want to get him out of his situation because he's locked in his basement and he has nothing going on. And he was just dead in a chair. I felt so bad, dude. So Stay is definitely an interesting survival horror game. Something definitely you guys want to check out, especially if you for the Vita, of course.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, we love our Vitas. So.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of that before.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up for me, PlayStation 4 game you probably played. Detroit.
Yes,
Become Human.
Yes. Gotta become human.
So you told me about this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're right.
I told you, dude.
I know.
David Cage, he takes a long time for his games to come out, but when he puts them out, man, there's something else.
Well, the reason why I felt that way is because his last game, I was
Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls.
I've been trying to get him to like the game.
I know. Maybe I need to go back to it because this game was awesome.
Yes.
This game is great. I blew through this game. Well, I played it multiple times because you have to, right? Because this is one of those games where it's kind of like a...
Well... You have to play if you're not happy with the ending. Did you say
I was not happy with the ending?
Okay, I figured.
Because the robot guy, the detective, did not turn out the way I wanted it to, and I can't figure out why.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but you play as 3 characters in this that are very different, that are all part of this one really cool plot. And the detective I couldn't keep alive. He didn't make it to the end. And by the way, that's not really a spoiler because you can play it any way you want, and you can keep them to the... There's many ways. And so...
I think I know what you did. I'm thinking
really
right
because
I'm pretty sure I know.
Yeah, because I was playing him like I thought he should be played, and it obviously he didn't make it to the end. However, the other ending of it with the other remaining 2 characters that I'm not going to spoil played out exactly the way I expected that to, and I was very happy with that ending. However, this is one of those games where at the end of every chapter it shows you all the different nuances that you could choose, and all the different ways you could go, and it's mind blowing how much work went into this game and how much choice you really have. This game has more choice than almost any other game I've ever played. It's like so cool. And you
really get attached to the characters in it too, man. I mean, they did a good job. I mean, they got Clancy Brown in here. If you know who Clancy Brown is, remember the crazy security guard in Shawshank Redemption?
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah, he was
there's a lot of really, And the choice goes all the way back to the beginning because then I started watching a bunch of Let's Plays, and just even in the beginning, I'm like, I had no idea you could do that.
Do this. It's insane, man.
It's insane. So I backed it up quite a bit once I finished it, and then it also played bad. Or what might be perceived as bad. Again, no spoilers here, but that was a really interesting ending too. I mean, I could rant and rave about this game.
I actually only played it once. Not just because I wanted to play it once, but I got the ending I was satisfied with. So when you guys play the game too, you might feel the same way. If you get the ending you really want in that game, you might be satisfied with it. But there's so much replay value in this game to see how different events play out. And seeing how different events play out might tell you another story in another event. That you might not know why that happened or why that choice happened. So. Definitely pick this one up. It was on sale for Black Friday for like $20.
Yeah, and because I bought it so late, I don't think I paid much more than that. The other thing I want to say, though, is that this is a showcase for the PlayStation Pro, the 4 Pro. I mean, this looks amazing. Wow. It looks beautiful. It's one of those games where you put it on and, you want to use this game to show off what a games can look like,
Nice, dude.
Yeah, the capture is amazing. So I knew you would like that.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, another game here for Dreamcast. This is Bang Busters. This is pretty much like Snow Brothers, Bubble Bobble, games like that mixed into one. This game is a lot of fun. This is a canceled Neo Geo game from back in 1994, 93, 96, something like that. I can't remember which year. I don't know why it was canceled, but they eventually ported it. They actually made it for the Neo Geo home console. And then they ported it to Neo Geo CD. Then it came out for Dreamcast, which is one I have. A lot of really fun game. You could tell it's a Neo Geo product right away. It's really addicting too. If you like games like Snow Brothers or Bubble Bobble, this is definitely right up your alley. It even has a little cute story mode in it. It's 2 players. Just lots of fun, man. I can't say enough about this game. This is probably one of my favorite Dreamcast games right now, of the newer games. So definitely check it out. I think people are gonna know where I got it from. I'm trying to think. I got it from a
Pixel Heart, Visgo. I don't know.
Josh Prod. That's that. Yeah, Josh Prod. There it is, right here. It's a smaller one. So, yeah, guys, definitely check this one out.
All right. Next up for me, what am I going to talk about here? Oh, I know what. Okay. So, friend of the channel. His name's Bill, and he often donates. I assume he's got an amazing collection because he donates classic stuff to me and also John Hancock all the time. He's on Patreon. He's an amazing supporter, and for a long time I've really wanted to get one of these, and he sent one of these to me. So this is the patch for gaining a certain score in one of my favorite games of all time. It was in this video and in the intro. It's H.E.R.O by Activision. Now, back in the day, Activision, if you achieved a certain score in their classic games like River Raid and Pitfall, and took a photo of your TV, because that's all you could do, you could send it in and they would send you a patch. And it was sort of like an achievement. This is like a physical achievement back in the day. And of course, I missed it as a kid, right? And so he knew that I'd been wanting this for a long time. They're kind of hard to get on
That's what I was
eBay.
thinking. They're probably really hard to find.
They're very hard to find, or when they come up, they're very expensive. And Bill is such a killer dude, because not only did he send me this, but also I'm kind of going for, I mentioned games, I'm going for complete collections.
Right.
he sent me complete copies of H.E.R.O. on the Intellivision, the ColecoVision, the Atari 5200. Just basically, I mean, his collection must be amazing because he had all these complete collections or copies of H.E.R.O. So, Bill, you treat me incredibly well. You are an amazing guy. Thank you so much. This is one of my favorite things in my collection.
Nice.
Because I love this game, and
you finally got your achievement.
I know. It's like I need like a jean jacket and it's like sew it on there, along with my like Iron Maiden patches and stuff. So yeah. So I thought this is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Thank you very much. I know I'm gonna get all misty eyed. I was like, I love it.
Next game is Survival Horror. I'm pretty sure you heard of the movie.
Yes.
This is Saw Part 1 and 2.
I see these all the time. I don't know if they're any good.
They're actually pretty good games. Yeah. Huh. I mean, they're canon with the storyline of the movies too, which is really nice. So basically, you play as a character who Jigsaw is trapped, and saying you have to do this and repent for this or make a choice. You know how Jigsaw is.
Yeah.
And you see all these people get stuck in traps. You're trying to survive. Doors are booby trapped. You have to be very careful. You have to dig to nasty toilets for syringes to open, like certain items to open door keys. They're very interesting. I think Part 2 takes the puzzle element too far, but I think they're solid games definitely. So I love the Saw movies, even though
interesting.
I love all of them except Jigsaw. Jigsaw was kind of weird.
I've only seen the first one, and I tell you what,
you might want to keep it there.
That was cringy, man. I was like, I mean, in a good way. I was like, I liked. Yeah, so
and they got the same actor that I think Tobin Bell is his name that did the voice for Jigsaw.
Okay,
he's back in this too, so you have that Jigsaw element,
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah,
it's so funny that you pick these up because I see these all the time.
I never see them. That's the thing where I'm at. I don't see these that often. I didn't even put the red cases on them yet because they're Survival Horror.
That's right.
Remember, Survival Horror games. Get those red cases, keep them, put them in there. It looks a lot better.
All right. Speaking of Survival Horror, I messaged you about this.
Oh yes,
about Bendy. So. Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, this is exclusive to GameStop, at least in the United States, and for a while it was completely sold out. Now, I think they're making a little bit more because maybe they're surprised at how well it did.
They might have been surprised, and maybe they were trying to get the more people interested.
Could be.
Not available.
Could be. I picked it up because a GameStop employee recommended I pick it up. They had a copy in stock, and I was like, okay, this game looks stupid. But to my surprise, it's not. It's actually really interesting. It's I describe it as kind of like Steamboat Willie era Disney.
First person.
Yeah, and it's first person, and it's a really weird survival horror kind of game. I mean, puzzle game. It's like it's oddly creepy, and it's...
Well, you're dealing with like those old school cartoon images, because they do kind of look creepy in a way these days,
yeah,
and the eyes look like Pac-Man and everything. And
they're almost like dead inside.
Exactly.
I know. So it's really weird that somebody looked at that and was like, "Oh, that's really weird and creepy. That'd make a great, first-person survival horror game." I'm stuck currently in this game because I'm basically just stuck. I can't figure out where to get this particular item, but I'm absolutely blown away by this. I thought this was really cool. So, have you played it much yet?
I played a little bit. In the beginning, it was like a lot of talking, so I kind of like stopped playing it, you know. But I'll pick it up eventually later. Yeah. I mean, again, to play it again, I had lost interest.
I watched a little bit of Let's Plays when I was trying to get unstuck, and I was surprised where this game goes. It's the beginning is not necessarily representative of where it ends up. Okay. And so that's going to make me want to keep playing it. I'm curious if you guys are playing Bendy as well. It was cool for me to get on the Switch because again I was playing it on a plane when we were traveling, and that was perfect. So I don't know. Who knows if this will be collectible or not? But for a while it was. People were really excited.
They were losing their mind. Oh my God, I'm going to eBay. Like, yeah, I was like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so next game here. This is did I miss the name of? Fast Stryker. I was about to say First Stryker. Fast Stryker was originally a Dreamcast game that came out. I guess you could say kind of like homebrew and everything after the system. And now it actually got officially ported to the PS4.
Is this some of the East Asia stuff? It is.
It is.
Dude, look at that cover.
I know, right? And they had a Vita version for it too.
Really? Okay, I missed this.
It's a solid game, guys. I mean, I think I like it a lot. I think it's one of their best ones. A lot of people don't agree with me, but I think it's a good shoot. And it seems like for me, and I'm very biased with this. I feel like any shooter we get as a physical is a good shooter. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get out of that habit, but it's just nice to get them on a physical format.
And I would say I'm actually not really picky when it comes to shooters because I'm not looking for a ton of depth. I mean, there are some games that have that, but honestly,
just the fundamentals.
Yeah, they're arcade games usually, so I'm good with 10, 15, 30 minutes of gameplay. Put it down, come back a couple weeks later, and blow some stuff up.
There you go. Exactly. So this game does all that, and I like the soundtrack. The techno soundtrack it has really pulls you in the soundtrack. That's why I love East Asia Soft. They always have those soundtracks that come with these games, and you can just sit back and listen to the music.
The other thing about East Asia Soft I like too is that a lot of their boxes are very uniform, so they look really good together too. So if you collect them,
they have them all uniform. They're all nice and neat because they're not all like different sizes. So yeah, perfect.
Wow, I need to get that. Okay. Next up for me is something a little bit different. It's not a game. I wish it was, but that is Star Blazers 2199. So this is actually a Japanese anime. So have you heard of Star Blazers before?
Yes, it looked very familiar.
So Star Blazers was Battleship Yomada or something like that. I forget what it's called in Japan, but it was a either late 60s or early 70s Japanese anime show, and then it was brought over to America as Star Blazers, and that's how I watched it as a kid. So back in the 80s, I would watch Scooby-Doo and Star Blazers. Now, what this is a complete reboot reimagining of the original series. So this is modern. This is new.
Okay.
And what's great about this is that it's put out by Funimation. It's very faithful to the original story, but they fixed a lot of stuff. So, for instance, you know how a lot of Japanese shows now also have CGI when it comes to ships and stuff like that? So they have that in here, but again, it doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look, oh, that's CGI. It's got the lines around it. It looks very natural. The characters look very similar to how they used to look. And in my opinion, they just fixed the pacing of it. It's very it's quicker. It doesn't have that 70s pacing anymore.
Right.
So it gets to the point quicker. But I absolutely love Star Blazers. The whole premise of Star Blazers is that in the future, there is this Gamelon empire that is throwing. They basically radiate the Earth, and so everyone has to go underground. But basically, the radiation is sinking into our.
Oh wow! Yeah, so it's like you got to. Oh my god!
So humanity is going to die in a year if they don't fix the planet. And what happens is that an alien lands, I think on the moon or whatever, and she's kind of like this angelic alien character who basically says, "Hey, on my homeworld, I have a solution to fix the world." So they have to try to battle their way through the enemy empire to get the solution and bring it back to Earth to save everybody.
Wow!
So it's pretty epic. Pretty cool. I'm totally in on it. They've released 2 volumes so far. I don't know if this is the entire thing that they're going to do, but highly recommended if you're old school anime like me and you love this series.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out, man.
Yeah, it's really well done, well made.
Right. Next game here is kind of like, I would say, based on one of my favorite movies.
Okay. I'm trying to guess what your favorite movie is.
John Carpenter.
Yes. Oh, The Thing.
You got it, man.
I love The Thing.
You got it. So this is called Distrust.
It's based on The Thing?
It's not based on it, but it kind of is familiar with it.
Because I was going to be like, I'm buying
that. But basically, these are about some scientists that are in like Antarctica or something like that, and their plane, their helicopter crashes, and they get stuck there. So hella cold. So they're trying to stay warm. You got to stay warm. You got to eat food, and you have to go to sleep. But also, you got to try to find a solution on how to keep electricity on. So. You could have all this stuff, but once you fall asleep, that's when you're vulnerable to the alien monster that's coming after you. So it's a really crazy game. As you're trying to get around, you have to get your characters to do certain events, do certain actions to kind of help out, and they start to go crazy if they don't go to get sleep. So then you can't really trust them to do certain tasks. So,
and also the big part of the thing was distrust, right?
Yeah,
because you couldn't tell.
They didn't know who was going on. So it's a very interesting game. I'm happy you got a physical. This is like an indie type game. So Badland Games, they've released some games in America, but most of their catalog is in like in PAL territory. So I picked this one up. My buddy Kyle told me about it, so I went ahead and got that one. It's a really interesting game. I think you guys would like it.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I want to check that out. I love The Thing. I absolutely love that movie.
I know, right?
It's so disgusting.
Did you like the remake?
No.
Okay.
No, because again, the original is so good. It's so
I'll never
perfect.
forget that scene, man, when they were like testing the blood, and then
and it's like there's so many great physical physical practical effects.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
And they work well.
Yeah, they're so disgusting and creative. I know, it's amazing. All right, another Switch game for me. This one just came out recently. This is Aragami. Shadow Edition. So,
fun.
Another blind pickup here. I'd heard of this game because I know it's obviously come out on other systems, but
I didn't know it came out for Switch. Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's very recent actually.
Okay.
So this is a lot of people compare this to Tenchu, and I think that's pretty accurate. It basically, you play as I guess a ghostly ninja who's brought back to avenge or at least figure out what happened to this girl, and it's feudal Japan, I think is what you would say, where it's there's lots of guards. It's very much a stealth game. It's all about hiding in the shadows.
Yep.
As far as I've gotten into it, it's kind of one hit kill. So you need to basically be stealthy all the time. So if stealth's not your thing, this is not going to be your game. However, so I don't.
You can still fight enemies if you don't kill them with one hit, but it's more difficult that way. You get discovered, and
absolutely,
you don't want that.
But the thing about stealth games, and I mentioned this before, is that giving the player feedback is key, right? Because you need to know if you're hidden or not. And this game does a really good job of that.
You.
Yeah, because you have a cloak on that changes from red to black. And also in the shadow, you're earning a... I forget what they call it, but basically the ability to do special moves or special attacks or, throw shadows and things like that. So there's very much this balance of staying in the shadows, taking out enemies. You can also play this game, actually, I didn't realize this, but completely non-violent.
Really?
Yeah, if you want, you could, like Metal Gear Solid, you could sneak around, because there's usually patterns.
I get
like
impatient. I'm like,
me
get
too.
out of my way, dude.
Me too.
I gotta go up here.
And actually, this game is really satisfying, killing everybody, because again, it feels very balanced and fair. Like if you sneak up next to them and you can, stab in the back or slit their throat. So I actually really like these kind of games. They're really fun.
I'm happy you got a Switch release.
Me too. And this is cool. Again, I know this came out on other systems, so I'm not 100% sure on the differences, but I know this comes with Nightfall, which I assume is some DLC. It also comes with a bunch of different masks or outfits for your character to wear.
Right.
And there's a bunch of them, so there's a bunch of stuff to unlock. So yeah,
cool. Very cool. Another one here that I owned back in the day, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I got rid of it, but I'm happy I got it again. This is Folklore.
Yeah.
Folklore is a total hidden gem.
It is.
I mean, this game is, man, you guys have no idea. So I picked this up recently, and I finally got into it, and this game was ahead of its time. I mean, seriously,
beautiful too, isn't it?
It's great, and the story, the way the story scenes they come together is just amazing. Like it really pulls you in. I haven't got that far in it yet, as I just recently picked it up. But seriously, guys, this is like a game that if you have a PS3 system, you gotta have Folklore in there because. I mean, this game was done by, I believe it was done by this company called Gamers Republic. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm not. And they've made other games that I like a Genji, Days of the Blade. I think that's the second game, but the first game, Dawn of the Samurai. They've done games like that. So, guys, this Folklore, if you see this at your local store, definitely pick it up. Just a little bit on the story. So I played as the girl. And she gets a letter in the mail. I think it's from her mother, but her mother, I think, had died. So she's like, "How am I getting a letter from my dead mother?"
Time, so check this out.
And she goes to meet her, and she finds where her alleged mother's at, and that's where the game kind of starts from her perspective. I haven't played as the guy yet, but just kind of give you a little bit of how the story pulls you in. That's already something whoa, what's going on here already? So it kind of draws you in.
And again, the environments are beautiful. The controls are great. And I remember playing this game a long time ago.
This game is like one of those first generation PS3 games. So it has 6-axis control in it. Like you have to shake the controller to do certain. It's gonna be weird doing that, but it works well though. So Folklore. Yeah. Okay,
good one there. All right. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah, this is a really weird one. Fork Parker's Crunch Out. So this is a this is a homebrew Super Nintendo game. What this is that this is a and I don't know the history of it, but basically this is a game where you play as the CEO of a software developer, and your whole goal is to try to abuse your minions during crunch time, and it's basically an entire game ranting and raving about how crappy software development is and how abused programmers are.
That's wow. There's truth behind this thing.
Yes, and there's a lot of stuff in here it's kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you're a gamer and you hate DLC and all that stuff, they make fun of all of that in here. DLC, because you play essentially the bad guy, right? And it's actually a really fun game. I got into it. I was playing it quite a bit. So again, a game where I didn't quite know what to expect. And then it was a game where I started playing for a couple hours.
look at like the seal, like he has a computer with the money like going up, and he's
he's all about profits.
Wow,
all about profits.
He still doesn't look happy though.
Oh, I know. Well, again, because you're just gonna like use your minions until you grind them into dust.
Wow, dude. Looks very cool though, man.
It is a really fun game, and of course, it comes with a color manual and all that
manual.
stuff. Yep.
I'm sold, man. I love that.
Yeah. We should do a let's play of this at some point.
Yeah, definitely. So next game here is Ducks 1.5.
Oh, okay.
This is if you guys have played games like shoot 'em up like R-Type, this is what you definitely right up your alley. So this is a horizontal shooter, and pretty much you have the shield in front of you. The shield could block out shots for you, and I think it kind of charges the shield too, so you can do power shots. I haven't really been able to get that far in it because I'm not that patient in these type of shooters, but it's definitely something really fun you could get into. I just got to be more patient, and I could probably get past the second level. But it has really nice music. It kind of helps the pacing and everything. It seems a little bit bare bones in the beginning with the options. I mean, there's nothing you could do but turn up the volume and lower sound effects. That's about it.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. So
go ahead.
Let me ask you this. So this is not an official. Well, okay, what am I trying to say? This is not a burned CD. This is actually a production CD.
Right.
So, but this is not a retail release.
This is not a retail. This is a game that came out after the Dreamcast. Pretty much, I think died out. At least in America, it did. I think Dreamcast didn't go out until 2006 in Japan. So that game originally came out around maybe around that time. I'm not really sure. I can't remember, but
they're doing production quality duplication of these games.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Wow.
I mean, the software that the Dreamcast uses on it, I think it's so easy to like make like games on, like the arcade.
So this is an actual homebrew, so it's nothing like illegal about it. It's just that I guess my point is that they're doing really quality stuff here.
Yeah, definitely. And you like R-Type, right?
Oh yeah. No, I've heard of this game for sure. It's like I don't know why I'm not buying these.
It's hard to see who's selling them sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's the thing. If they don't come across my... Actually, it's when you come over that I hear about these.
Well, just for you guys know, these came from a store called the Bit Station online. This is where I got these from. Very, very cool. They carry a lot of Dreamcast stuff, Game Boy stuff, and I think they have some Genesis stuff as well. But yeah. This is a...
I need to get on that. I really do, because I love the fact that they're making new Dreamcast games.
I know, man. Did you get to take the dust off the Dreamcast? Well,
yeah, totally. And it supports VGA, so again, that's great. That means it's the highest version of it.
Just in case the footage we're showing it doesn't look like we're not showing VGA, it's because the Elgato doesn't capture VGA properly.
It doesn't capture.
So we weren't able to show the best of the way these Dreamcast games actually look. They look great. So so you guys know.
But that's true. The Elgato doesn't know what 640 by 480 does, so it kind of farts out on that. I know, but Susie loves the Dreamcast.
She
don't
sure
you?
does.
Okay, next up for me is a donation from a guy named Brandon. I've been collecting a lot of the Tex Murphy text adventure games. Hello. She likes Tex Murphy as well. And the very first one was called Martian Memorandum, and this is for MS-DOS. And at the time, that was a very amazing, influential game because it was one of those games that tried to bring kind of Hollywood style full motion video and graphics to video games. And so what's been interesting about this game and the reason why I'm so thankful for Brandon is because it's getting incredibly hard to find in good condition.
Oh wow!
Especially for a reasonable price. This is one of those. There's a handful. There's probably more than a handful, but there's several PC games that are going up in value, and that's definitely one of them. That was one of those games where I tried to bid, and I would get outbid. I've been trying to buy it for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
It's just one of those iconic, classic MS-DOS games, and so I'm very happy to have this in my collection.
Are these still easy to play if you want to hook them up to a computer and play them?
For me, because I have an old computer.
Okay, you got an old computer, so you're good to go. There you
I'm
go.
good to go. But I don't know if this is on GOG.com or not, and so that's a good question.
It says it's available. You can play it on PS2.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because I did a video a while back about computers and stuff like that,
right.
And back then that was the I believe it's the keyboard connections.
Oh,
type.
that's what. Okay.
Yeah, PS/2. Yeah, isn't that funny? So, anyways, thank you very much.
All right, so
I think I'm gonna do a video on that entire series at some point.
Oh man, I had this game pronounced properly a while, but I totally forgot. I think it's called Gundemoniums. This is a shoot 'em up. This came from Strictly Limited Games. This is a horizontal shooter, and it's actually pretty fun. Actually, you play as this girl, and she has guns, and she just shoots things. And also, what the gimmick in this game is you can actually slow down the bullets and everything, so you can like get around certain enemies and do certain moves.
Oh, so. That's like what was that? There was a game that we talked about too, where you could slow down time. Remember, you could.
I'm trying to see. Oh man,
what was that game? You guys are screaming it in the comments.
I know, right?
I know. All right, never mind.
Yeah, we're good. we know, but yeah, this is a fun game. Another Vita release also too, so I'm happy about that. So you know, like I said, I just have a big soft spot for shooters. You know, I just gotta.
Well, again, like we mentioned before, I like them because they're quick to get in, do some damage, blow some stuff up, and you're out, and, you know, shortly later. But also, too, I like that a lot of them do have depth to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can really get in on the nuances and really master a lot of the aspects of it. Like, you know, the ones that have like the... I forget what they call it, where, you know, you shave past the bullets and you know.
Oh yeah, I
forget what they call that, but it's, you know, those games are crazy too, where you try to get as close to the bullet but not actually get hit by it. I know.
But this is definitely a game I think a lot of you guys will get into. I mean, like I said, I'm just for shooters, man.
Wow, and you got the Vita one too. That's cool.
Got the Vita one, yeah. Knock that one out.
All right. Okay, 2 more for me.
And 2 more for me.
Okay. Well, all right. So the second to last one I'm going to talk about is really just a bunch of games, but I got them all at the same time. And I want to mention this, that I did a video recently where I got to go to Al Lowe's house, who is the developer of the Laser Suit Larry series. And while there, we were hanging out and talking about his source code and his life developing games. And in his attic, he had a bunch of brand new copies of his games.
What? Yeah.
And what was great about it was that, so I was there because it was a video for my channel, and I didn't really want to be a fanboy, and you know, but at the end, actually, Paul pulled me aside and he's like, "Hey, why don't you get those games and have him sign it?" And so that's exactly what I did. Not all of these are brand new, but like, for instance, some of these are. So you see on here, it's his signature with a date back when we shot the video. Okay. And what was really cool about this, again, is that I was able to complete my Leisure Suit Larry collection with some really unusual stuff. So, for instance, this one right here, Leisure Suit Larry's Casino, was one of the last Leisure Suit Larry games that was released, because it's actually a casino game. It's like mini games, but it was designed for the internet back in what, 98.
The internet back then?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And or you know, online services. And so, and you had to have it, right? So this was a very unusual, way ahead of its time. I remember you know, when I worked there, that these were lying around everywhere, but since then I haven't been able to find copies of it. So he had some. Wow. So I got that. And then here is something incredibly hard to find, and that is he back in 2013, he tried to reboot the series with another developer. Well, he didn't try. They actually did it, and they released mostly a digital version of it, but they did release a physical version. I had never seen this before. Oh wow! So this is Leisure Suit Larry Reloaded, the collector's edition, signed by Al Lowe. That was a big moment for me. So just stuff that you normally don't get unless you actually walk into the developer's home. I
know, right? And this is the last game in the series.
Yes.
So this cover really kind of fits in a way, because you know.
You know what? I need to clarify that. This is the last one that Al Lowe had anything to do with.
Okay, the last one Al released.
Yeah, because the name of the series, the Leisure Suit Larry, I believe is technically owned by Activision now. Okay. And I think that they released a newer one, but he has nothing to do with it. So this is the last one he had something to do with.
Look at the cover on it. The cover is awesome.
I know, isn't it amazing?
Like he's good to go, man.
Oh yeah, so
very cool, man.
Yeah, so this was cool to get. So I just want to show those off as old school Sierra stuff.
Another shoot 'em up, guys. This is Battle Crust.
Dreamcast.
Another Dreamcast game. VGA compatible, but I like this game a lot. Very cool game. It seems like there's something with the filter on the Dreamcast version, because I heard it was available for PC. The filter looks kind of like maybe that's just the composite I was using. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe VGA looks a lot better, but it seems like the filter just looks a little bit like blurry in the game. Okay. But still a solid game, guys. A must-have for the system. I got
Battle Crust.
Yeah, good old Battle Crust. Got this from I believe I got this from BitStation as well. So you guys check them out if you want some games like these.
Yeah,
and
I do.
Yeah. It's one of those shoot 'em ups that really pulls you in, and that's how I am with most of them, at least. I really had a good time with the game. It's like I don't like shoot 'em ups where if you get killed on the spot, you have to start at a certain checkpoint. I like the ones where you start immediately from where you're at and you keep going. It kind of keeps the pacing going. So this is definitely one of those. And nice music and everything. So definitely something you guys want to pick up. So the Dreamcast is still alive with Battle Crust. So definitely check it out if you have the chance.
All these awesome shoot 'em ups and Dreamcast games. I'm so jealous. All right, so my final thing looks like I have one and you have one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my final thing is actually pretty cool.
Actually excited to see this.
All right, so did you pick up or have you checked out Grip yet?
I have no idea what it is. What's Grip?
All right, so did you ever play Rollcage on the PlayStation 1?
Yeah, that game sounds familiar.
Yeah, so Rollcage was a futuristic arcade racing game, but the whole premise was that you could roll and on your top, or that like basically there was no real up or down to your futuristic car, and the tracks were designed for this. So you could roll over, you could land on it. I mean, it's just a really cool series. This is a spiritual successor to that, and they did a really great job capturing that sort of futuristic, post-apocalyptic vibe with the characters, and you guys will see all the footage in here. I will say though that the game itself came out and got okay reviews, but the developers actually, as of the making of this video, have been putting out patches that actually address a lot of the things that people weren't crazy about.
Right.
So I'm just letting you know that if you played this game, if you were excited for it as I was, and you were maybe a little less blown away by it, get the patches and give it another look. Okay. However, this thing is cool. So this is the special collector's edition or whatever. Comes with a really nice glossy manual. Comes with the official soundtrack on 2 vinyl. And the CDs.
Dude, I like how they packaged that in there. That's very cool.
I know. They were excited because you don't do this kind of special edition if you're not excited. Stickers, lots and lots of stickers. A barf bag.
Just in case things get crazy.
And things do get crazy in this game, so you might want to hold on to this. It does come with a numbered collector's edition card here. Okay. Of course, you have the game. You also have a little keychain card. Or car. So this is what the cars look like. Okay. So they
because they roll over.
Yeah, because absolutely, and the wheels turn and all this sort of stuff. And then a thing I can't show you because it has DLC and a bunch of other stuff like that. Okay. But I thought that was absolutely just amazing.
Yeah, the way they packaged this, man. The vinyl here, 2 soundtrack CDs here, just in case. Yes. And I'm guessing the music in the game is pretty on point. So,
it is. And so, yeah, just a really cool version of this. Again, what I love about this is that they were just as excited about the game as we were as fans, because I was really looking forward to this when this came out.
So, would you say it's still worth getting the original, the PlayStation Rollcage game still?
It is. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you mean the original, like on the PS1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the original game is actually really cool.
I've actually seen it at my local store. Yes. And I never picked it up. I never pulled the trigger on it. So
actually, the one I played the most of was Rollcage 2. So I guess I should caveat there that there's 2 of them. The second one is the one that I played a ton of. The only caveat though I would say is that it pushes the PlayStation 1 hardware pretty hard.
It's good.
Yeah. So, but the frame rate is definitely a little bit on the low side. I think it's only 30 frames per second. So just be aware is that it feels like it's running a little bit slow.
Okay. So the second game's on the PlayStation 1 as well.
I believe so. I haven't played it in so long. Okay. I know the second one is. So Rollcage 2 is for sure.
For on PlayStation 1, okay, cool.
It might also be on the PC. It wouldn't surprise me if it is.
Okay, interesting. I gotta look into these now.
Yeah, and also, just check. If you see this game on sale, not obviously the collector's edition, maybe it will be on sale, but if you see this game on sale and you like that series, you should definitely pick it up because it's way more improved graphics. Obviously I have it on the PlayStation 4. It looks beautiful. It controls great. It's cool because there's weapons in the game too. It's a great arcade racing game. So yeah, this collector's edition is pretty awesome.
All right, guys. So next item, I'm going to show my last item. Pretty much my holy grail item I've been talking about for years. And those of you who've been watching these videos, you probably know what that is. So
I don't.
about 5 years ago, me and John were supposed to go to the Vancouver Retro Gaming Expo, and I backed up because my cousin came into town from the Navy, and John went there, and he was able to get the item that I wanted from that show.
I remember that.
So, we actually talked about this on our stuff we wanted on your video about stuff we would love to have, and I still hadn't got the item. I kind of gave up on getting it at the time, but thanks to Angry Video Game Nerd's video he did on this item, it kind of people started to remember that I actually wanted the system, and the one that owned it, he contacted me and said, "Hey, Reggie, you still looking for the system?" I said, "Yeah, but I gave up on it, man. I'm not gonna find one these days." He said, "Dude, I got this system for you, man. I don't want it, man. Do you
never
give
up hope?"
And I was shocked at first. I was like, "Dude, man, this is a joke, man," because I thought just somebody playing around, but he was serious, and he started talking about he's pretty much an enthusiast for the system, and I'm pretty sure you guys want to know what that system is. So I'm gonna grab it here. Hopefully I don't knock anything over here. Let's see here. This is...
I remember you
the
mentioning
Amiga
this now. Yeah.
CD32 system.
Yeah.
This is the American version that was never released, though.
What?
Yeah,
Is it?
So this is what it is, and not only he actually has a device he hooked onto it, so you could play like the games easier. Like you could I forgot what it was. Like you could copy the games on there because it's hard to find games for this system.
Yeah, so maybe it plays CDRs or something.
Yeah, something like that. So you can play CDRs on there. So very, very. I'm still shocked that this thing's right here. I want to give a shout out to Adrian, man. Thank you for doing that for me, man. It was very kind of you to do this, man.
Wow.
And to remember that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so if I remember right, was it the original that had the issue with power? Like you had to have it. I'm trying to remember if this is the system for that. Because Canada uses the same power that we do.
I'm not really sure on that, but maybe you in the comments could help us out with some info on it. I still am shocked about having this. I still haven't hooked it up yet, which I should have hooked it up a long time ago.
Today.
Yeah, I know, right? So hook it up. And not only did I get that, but Retro Rescue sent me some games for it too. So I have some games here as well for it.
Wow, it's heavy.
And yeah, man, that box, man, is pretty beat up, and it's still awesome because I kind of put it together a little bit.
I have no problem with boxes that are beat up. I mean,
I feel like it kind of is a history behind it. It's kind of cool and everything.
It is.
So I'm just I'm just wowed by this because this was not released.
That controller,
though, yeah,
that controller, that's something special right there, huh?
Yeah, it's just amazing. This is considered one of my holy grail systems, guys. I mean, it's a system I've always wanted, and because it's weird and quirky and everything.
Yeah.
And
well, the Amiga is a great home computer. It's a great home computer. It was incredibly powerful at the time, and so I always wanted one, the home computer.
Right.
And so this thing right here is like. I mean, I watched the Angry Video Game Nerds video on this as well, and yes, some of the games are not great, but again, it was pretty ahead of its time.
Right. I mean, if the company didn't go bankrupt, this system probably could have did a lot more things. I mean, people still make games for it, guys. So that's there's still a lot of fan base out there for it.
Well, that's the amazing thing about these systems that were early CD-based games is that they, you can. I mean, anybody can go buy a CDR and I mean, maybe actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you might, if you were able to develop for the actual Amiga computer, those games probably with a little bit of tweaking would run on this. I don't know. So
you're probably right, man.
Huh. Wow. Okay. Well, I want to check this out. This will be fun. All right, dude. Well, that is another pickups video. We're back.
We're back.
We're
not going anywhere. So
I know this is so
we'll be
awesome.
back with more. So
where can people find you on the internet?
Hey, if you want to check me out, Radical Reggie on YouTube and Radical Reggie on Twitter as well. So come check me out.
What will you be eating?
Maybe a cheeseburger, maybe a double cheeseburger, maybe. Who knows?
What is your favorite cheeseburger? Like fast food. Who makes your favorite?
Definitely In-N-Out from California. It seems like the traditional burger. That's what I grew up with, basically. I mean, the fries, the burger, the drink. See, you got me thinking about it. We got to go eat.
I know. Well,
sorry, guys.
I just have to say, the only reason why we're both hungry. That's what I'm saying. For me, it's Wendy's. I love
Wendy's is up there too.
Yeah.
But all this food talk is making me hungry, guys. So we're gonna have to head out. So
all right. Thanks for watching.